Yeah, exciting moments on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Director Spike Jonze once said, doing a documentary is all about discovering, being open, learning, and also following curiosity. Well, I would love to agree with him because I'm totally excited to announce that Encounters is starting today. Now, the whole festival name is Encounters South Africa International Documentary Festival. It all starts today, and we've got show and festival director Darryl Els joining us on the show this morning. Great to see you as someone who has made films that's showcasing African films here in South Africa. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
What is this festival going to make different to all the other festivals? I mean, it's the 18th year that the festival is running. There's a lot happening and sometimes also gets a lot of tongues wagging. Why is it different this year?
Well, we have almost 60 documentaries that will be playing over 10 days in both Cape Town and Johannesburg. But this year we also move beyond the screen, the traditional cinema format. We've got a virtual reality exhibition at the Cape Town Central Library, which will have interactive work and immersive 360-degree work. We have a lot of special events from a live documentary event, which features non-fiction podcasting and poetry and electronic music. We also have a band coming out called Dark Star from the UK. We'll be weaving audio documentary into their music, and they have 2 shows in Cape Town and Johannesburg. So we're really kind of expanding the festival this year and going into these other disciplines and exploring the documentary form.
I like what you're saying, discipline, so different things. I love it, you're saying podcasting, audio, and a live band with visuals. That's amazing. Now, look, we know that you feature prize-winning and award-winning shows, or you showcase all of these. I mentioned earlier, you're getting the tongues wagging somehow. With these high-caliber projects that you bring into our big screens, what are some of the highlights we can look out for?
Well, I should mention that I brought a program for you.
Is this for me?
This is for you,
Thank
so that you can have a look
much.
at it.
I now have the program. It's from the 2nd until the 12th, so I'll be sure to...
And it's also available for download on our website.
Right, encounters.co.za.
That's correct,
right.
Yes.
Okay.
So in terms of some of the films, well, our opening night film, Soweto, Times of Wrath, is just an incredible portrait of community action in and around Soweto. It's made by a collective of young South African filmmakers. It takes us into questions around the housing crisis, illegal mining, drug issues in El Dorado Park. It's a very urgent and immediate portrait of what's happening in this country right now. And it's really, for me, it's a view of the kind of active citizenship that exists in South Africa.
What are some of the other ones we can look out for?
Some of the other ones, we've got Raving Iran, which follows 2 DJs in Tehran. They're these underground techno DJs. What they do is illegal. They can be arrested. They can be sentenced for death for the love of this music. They throw these amazing parties in the desert. But eventually the police kind of catch up with them and wear them down. But then they get an invitation to go play in Switzerland. And they're faced with the conundrum. Do they go to Switzerland and seek asylum there and leave their families? What do they do? It's an absolutely incredible portrait of that music.
It's amazing to see how it's become a real voice. I mean, it's film, but you have something to say. There's a story to tell. 17 of this year's 57 films are proudly African. Just quickly, what's the one theme that is woven throughout all these films that's representing Africa?
Well, there's so many different aspects to that. I mean, we have Action Commandant, which is about Ashley Kriel, which is a highly anticipated film. We have Affliction, which is almost a documentary thriller about the Ebola crisis in West Africa. We have The Revolution Won't Be Televised from Senegal, which is around hip-hop and activist politics there. So there's such a wide-ranging set of themes that are on display. I really hope people come through.
They will, and you have to see all the details. Encounters.co.za. Darryl, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are extremely proud of you and what you're doing. Encounters Documentary Festival, and again, that website, encounters.co.za, where you can just keep the booklet like I will. Darryl, thank you so much for joining us on our Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is time to find out what's happening on the rest of the show.